Good evening, it's me Muhannad Khaled speaking. What is e-commerce? E-commerce is buying and selling goods via the internet and transferring money and data to complete the transactions. All stores that sell products online can be classified as e-commerce. This could be anything from a small online store on ETSY to big brand sites like Amazon and everything between. Technology is changing how we do business at a phenomenal pace, and e-commerce trends continue to grow and evolve during the pandemic. Brick and mortar businesses suffered while commerce companies boomed. Huge names like Amazon made record sales, and statistics show that despite being able to return to the shops, online grocery shopping trends are still rising. With simple tools to set up e-commerce websites and e-commerce platforms like Shopify, ETSY, and eBay, anyone can set up an e-commerce store. The e-commerce business has grown over the last few years, increasing from the COVID-19 pandemic when people couldn't go to the stores in person. What started in 1994 when the first internet sale was made, a CD through a company website, now has a global reach of 12 to 24 million e-commerce stores. The history of e-commerce started over 40 years ago. The history of e-commerce is closely intertwined with the history of the internet. Online shopping became possible when the internet was opened to the public in 1991. Amazon was one of the first e-commerce sites in the US to start selling products online, and thousands of businesses have followed since. Types of e-commerce. First of all, the business to a consumer. In a business to consumer model, the business sells to a consumer. If you buy a product from a retailer like Amazon, you're purchasing from a business to consumer company. If you set up a Shopify store and sell to consumers, you use the business to consumer model. Second type is business to business. The business to business model involves selling products or services from one business to another. An example would be a wholesale company selling pies to another business that uses its items. Sometimes the purchasing business buys products at a wholesale rate and sells them for a profit.
Hello, Dr. Usman Muhammad Goma is speaking. We are going to continue our talk about the type of e-commerce. Number 3. Consumer to business C2B. The C2B model includes individuals who sell their products or services to a business through an online format. For example, social media influencers and bloggers can fall under this category if they receive money from business to promote the brand. Number 4. Consumer to consumer C2C. C2C e-commerce models involve online sites that allow people to sell goods and services to others. An example of this might be someone selling a mounted item on eBay to someone else. Other platforms include Facebook Marketplace and etc. Number 5. Mobile e-commerce. M-commerce refers to online sales transactions using mobile devices such as smartphones and tablets. It includes mobile shopping, banking, and payment. Mobile chatbots help m-commerce, letting consumers complete transactions via voice or text conversations. And then let's talk about the advantages and disadvantages of e-commerce. Firstly, the advantages of e-commerce. Number 1. Reduced operating costs. Compared to a physical store, an e-commerce store is cheaper to set up and operate. You can avoid spending money on costly items like building rent or mortgage fixture signs. Number 2. Extended opening hours. An e-commerce store never needs to close. Customers can access the site and complete purchases anytime. Secondly, the disadvantages of e-commerce. Number 1, customers can't touch the product. Consumers who can't try on or touch products may find it more challenging to make a choice. This can lead to an increased number of returned items. Some companies are adding augmented virtual reality to compensate, but this can increase your operating costs. Number 2, increased competition. With e-commerce becoming accessible and popular, there is more competition within your target market. This includes the giants with big budget and expert marketing teams.
May Muhammad Ibrahim is speaking. We are going to conclude our topic about e-commerce. How does e-commerce work? E-commerce is powered by the internet. Customers access an online store to browse through and place orders for products or services via their own devices. Many retail e-commerce apps use online marketing techniques to get customers to use the platform. These include email, online catalogs and shopping carts, electronic data interchange, file transfer protocol, web services, and mobile applications. Businesses have dealt with more change in the last 2 years than in the previous 2 decades. As a side effect, we have grown more resilient, and it's a good thing because there is a lot more change ahead. Changes like record high shipping costs, diminishing returns on online advertising, and a massive increase in the number of channels businesses are selling on. E-commerce platforms and vendors. An e-commerce platform is a tool that is used to manage an e-commerce business. E-commerce platform options range in size from ones for small businesses to large enterprises. These e-commerce platforms include online marketplaces such as Amazon and eBay that must signing up for user accounts and little to no IT implementation. A few examples of e-commerce marketplace platforms include the following: Alibaba, Amazon, Shein, Jumia, Noon, eBay, Overstock, Walmart. Thank you for listening.